Welcome back to Podzilla. I'm Jasher.
I'm Mykah.
And today we're talking about video games, not movies, not TV, video games. And one video game specifically, Godzilla Save the Earth, which released in 2004. It has gained mythical status in the Godzilla fandom. We missed playing this one, Mykah. We grew up with, I think it's a predecessor? Is that after?
The prequel.
The prequel, the first to the Pipeworks trilogy, which was Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee?
Yes.
We grew up playing that on our GameCube, and we completely missed Save the Earth, which is almost a better, more upgraded, more monster-filled version of Destroy All Monsters Melee, which only came out for the PlayStation 2 and the Xbox.
Nice. Can I pause you just for a second?
Yeah.
Because I'm in awe of how straight in you went into this episode.
Yeah. Are we not
there was
allowed,
no segue. There was no meandering.
Are we not allowed to be professional here on Podzilla?
You jumped in, you hooked the controller into player one, and you just went straight into...
Mykah, look at our past five...
action mode?
Yeah, I went into action mode straight away. Look at our past 5 years of Podzilla. Look at our past 5 seasons.
It feels like episode 1.
Mykah, have we not been professional the whole way through?
No.
Have we not just kept an air of professionality? We have never gone off script. We've never done weird scripted segments, weird
never.
Improv songs.
You know what, you're right. I'm going to rewind.
Yes.
I'm going to forget this entire spiel.
Yep.
Spiel?
Yeah.
Spielberg. Forget this Spielberg.
Can I go back into...
go back into professional megaNEWSlon, Jasher.
Godzilla... megaNEWSlon?
megaNEWScaster, Jasher.
Yeah, thank you, megaNEWScaster, Jasher. Godzilla Save the Earth. We're talking about video games. This is the second time we have reviewed and talked about a video game. The start of this year, for our patrons, we released an episode on Kong Survivor Instinct, which was the MonsterVerse canon King Kong platformer.
Crazy times. You know what? I look back on that game so fondly.
Me too.
In the middle of that game, I was dying.
No.
I feel like I was on the third layer of hell.
Doubling back over half the map, having achievements glitch out and not be able to be gotten.
I think I said it on the episode, but I got every achievement except for one that was glitched. A couple months ago, I opened the game. It immediately popped.
Whoa.
Or it did the weird thing where you were in a different game and it popped. Either way, feels good. Feels good. That journey's done.
Yeah, but we're back. Video games. This won our Patreon poll to be the final Podzilla Raids Again episode. So all up, we revisited Godzilla 1954. We revisited Destroy All Monsters. Last episode, we did Shin Kelly the movie with the boys from the wrap-up pod. And then this is finishing it up, Godzilla Save the Earth. What a great it's four facets of the Godzilla fandom, the Godzilla universe, right?
It's emblematic of the entire Godzilla franchise, really.
It is.
We had a video game, we had the OG movie, we've had Godzilla cameoing in other media.
Yeah, and then we had heaps of monsters all together.
A lot of monsters. Hey. Couldn't be happier with it.
Yeah. Also, thanks for being with us. We've had a crazy little bit, guys. We missed a week, but in that week, so much happened. We missed Godzilla Day, Mykah.
I honestly have not heard a single thing about G Day except for a couple of the announcements.
Were you there? You were watching the live stream with me?
Dude, my life has been busy. I know that's my excuse every single day. Was I? No, I didn't watch it with you.
Can I be so bold to be the one to take us into megaNEWSlon?
Hey, yeah, be my guest.
Can I? megaNEWScaster, can I take... We are now transitioning.
Be my guest, era.
Be my Gearus. Mykah Gearus. megaNEWSlon. We missed Godzilla Day. We should do a Godzilla Day episode. Yeah. We've been too crazy. We're busy boys at the moment. But I did try and tune into the live stream on YouTube. Both times I did it, I checked in twice, hours apart. It was just showing off some random Godzilla memorabilia. And then the other time was a battle line. But it was no new monsters. It was just like live streamed battle line.
Was the live stream consistent? It wasn't laggy at all?
Wasn't laggy. I actually watched back later and was able to catch the new short film, which was cool.
All I know about that is that there was Burning Godzilla, who was the main iteration. I know that those short films have been almost going through the Millennium era. Godzilla versus classic King Ghidorah. We had Rodan in there.
Yep.
Do we have Rodan?
I don't know. We had like Fist Godzilla 1, which was just him attacking a city.
We had Gargan. Gargan was in there.
Hedorah was in it.
Hedorah. Jet Jaguar.
Jet Jaguar popped up. So they've slowly, they've created like an ongoing series connected to one another in a new short film, all Suitmation, which has been cool.
Yeah. Actually, now that I'm saying it, it's kind of a combination of every era into one.
It's a return to form. But they didn't return to form this year. They decided to not continue the storyline and just start a new storyline from scratch. So this new one was called Fest Godzilla 2, which I think references to the second story, the second ongoing story.
Nice. What happened in this short, Jasher?
This was called Shinjuku Burning, and it was literally Mykah, our favorite, my favorite Godzilla.
From megaNEWSlon.
From megaNEWSlon, the like greenish Godzilla with really spiky purple scoots. It was just him attacking a city, Shinjuku. And then, whoa, turns out Godzilla, he's heating up. And for the first time ever, we see Mykah in a burning form. Mykah.
Was he still the classic orange color?
Yep. Classic orange. Actually looks really, really cool. The suit looked amazing. Brand new suit. And then it kind of ended on a bit of a cliffhanger. And we saw that there was a new creature or a monster that he was going to face off, but it was never revealed who it was. It looked like the monster had some sort of like tendrils or tentacles. So my bets are on Biollante.
That'd be cool to see a new updated Biollante costume in some form.
And the short was okay. It was not as good as previous years. There was no real fight. They did this cool thing when the whole first half of the short was one shot or like a one shot. What do you call it? One take. It was one take going from one scene to the next. But it kind of looked cheap. The CG didn't look good, how it was edited together. There was like AI slop billboards all over the place.
Oh, no, there wasn't.
So I was like,
I'm looking at it right now.
But Burning Mykah looked good. I'll watch anything for her. Mykah's my girl. Yeah.
Isn't it her?
Yeah.
No, it isn't.
I mean, we haven't watched Godzilla season 4 or whatever yet, but I think Mykah comes in as a her.
Actually, I'm looking at the suit now. It looks amazing.
Really
I
great.
I really dig this design.
Again, should we just go back to Suitmation? What are we doing?
Yeah, it's always hard watching these shorts because I'm like, as cool as it is to see a burning Mykah, it would be cool just to have like a full-on movie with these suits. And I know there's probably rights issues and time commitments, but people would watch it.
Toho, what do we need to do? We would give money. Everyone would just throw money at you if you'd give us a new Suitmation film because these shorts are cool. The suits look amazing, but the rest of the short and the budget just lets it down completely. The sets are always lacking. The storyline's non-existent. It's like they're showing us this cool thing, but they're not following through and giving us something satisfying. So it was cool. I'll keep watching that every year. I don't know if there was too much other Godzilla news on G-Day. We did say we were last episode being like, oh, could they show a trailer for the -1 sequel, which they didn't.
Yeah, on the Discord, I was guessing that they'd show a trailer.
Yeah.
No, but we did get a title release.
We did.
Godzilla -0.
Godzilla -0.
Which I would love. A lot of people thought that it would be called something entirely different. A lot of people thought it would be Godzilla -2.
I was betting for Godzilla 0, but -0.
I just can't wait for the next iteration. Where do you go from +1,
+0,
+1?
Godzilla +1's next. But yeah, you're right. You have to have true 0 after -0, after -0. So it goes -0, true 0, +0, +1, right? So we got a while to go.
We got the whole bar graph. That's great. We didn't get any release date around it, I don't believe.
No. Sometime next year, surely. In the next year, I'd say.
Yeah, I think we didn't even get a year, but we're eagerly awaiting.
Yeah, and it came out from when -1 was first announced and shown off, and we had a title announcement for that. Even from when we got a trailer out, it was a matter of really months till the film released, I feel. Like it was very quickly after we started learning things about it. So wouldn't be surprised if this is out within the year. Is that crazy?
Yeah.
That's where I'm placing my bet.
Crazy.
That's where I'm placing my bet. I'll lose my other hand if that's not true.
I will also say, just because it's worth mentioning, director Takashi Yamazaki is back for it, which we were all hoping.
Also doing the VFX for it again.
Yeah, VFX by the Shirogumi team.
Nice.
And produced by Toho and Robot.
Wow.
Which is the Dream Team back once again. The other film-related news is that Monarch Season 2 has officially got a release date.
Ooh.
which I'm stoked for.
There was a trailer that I actually didn't end up watching. I need to see that.
Really?
I heard whispers that the Russell father-son duo, Kurt Russell, Wyatt Russell, might be back.
I don't think it showed much at all. It was a little teaser.
Kong's in it?
Kong is in it.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert for season 1, so pause if you don't want to hear that. But Kong does show up at the end.
Mm-hmm.
This teaser focuses on a few surfers out riding some waves in a high alert Titan area. We get some glimpses of the rest of the gang from the first season, our trio of 3 characters. We see a young Wyatt Russell. We see an old Wyatt Russell.
Are you watching the...
Yeah, I'm just giving a play-by-play at the moment.
Commentary. Wow.
I thought it was just the surfers. I realized I didn't actually see the back half of it. There seems to be a Kraken monster in it, though, which looks epic.
Kraken from Skull Island, the show?
Did you hear about that? Officially, it's dead in the water.
Oh, the Netflix animated show? That was good. It was a good show.
Yeah, they're hoping to continue it with a graphic novel or something.
They always do.
They always do.
It's what's that space one all over again? The space animated show? Final Space? Final Space.
Oh, bring me back.
Fell off, to be honest.
I watched season 1, did not continue, but I've got good memories.
I watched season 1, thought it was amazing. Started season 2.
You created a D&D character based off that main character.
I did. Final Space, man. All that to say, heaps of Godzilla stuff coming up. I think, when was the release date for Monarch Season 2? Was it February or March?
27th.
Nice.
Which is very close.
And this season of Podzilla, we're actually going through Christmas into the start of next year. So we'll be talking about Monarch on the show as it comes out.
Stoked for it.
So I'm excited. Besides not watching the Godzilla Day live stream, Mykah, what have you been doing with your time?
What have I been doing? I finished a couple books.
Nice.
Have I? Oh, I've been playing some games.
Hades 2, you talked about it last time.
I haven't played Hades 2.
What? Oh, you've already moved on.
Are any of them worth shouting out? You know what? I don't
What's
think
that
so.
mobile
I don't think so.
auto clicker game you've been playing on your phone? This idle game.
Please download Idle Slayer. It is a...
Did you get it through an ad?
No.
Don't believe you.
My boy Brendan Bigley, co-host of Into the Eighth of the video game podcast,
shout out Brendan Bigley.
He downloaded it.
Good friend.
What it is, it's an almost cookie clicker like game, but you got a character who's running and just slaying monsters. And the cool thing is, I hit the 90-day milestone yesterday and got an achievement for it. Dare I say, yesterday might have been the first day that the game actually got to some story after 90 days of playing. It was like, hey, you've been playing this game for so long. From here on out, the story's going to be a bit more integral. And I had a boss fight, which is crazy when your first boss fight is after 90 days.
Mykah, I hear cookie clicker like game, and I just hear big old waste of time. Guys,
Maybe,
I am
but
driving.
It's the one game I have on my phone.
Me and Mykah are doing road trips. I look over and he's just playing this game. Me and Mykah are eating family lunch, Sunday roast around the table with our family, and Mykah's just playing this game. I'm in the lounge talking to Mykah about Godzilla Save the Earth, and he's not playing Godzilla Save the Earth. He's playing this other game.
But I'm holding a decent conversation. It's one of those games where I can quit any time.
It's not really-
It is an addiction.
Yeah, okay.
The other thing, just because it's a little bit of fun, is that yesterday I went and saw Hamilton in cinemas for its 10-year anniversary. Real cool. This was the version that was uploaded to, I believe it was Disney Plus in like 2020, 2021.
Anything extra? Did you get a special hello?
We got like a 10-minute segment at the start with all the cast talking about their journey through like opening night, Lin-Manuel Miranda, a little bit of his footage from the first song that he showcased at the White House when he was still workshopping everything.
Because it was like a concept album first before even
originally I think the White House brought him in. They had some event here and they were saying, hey, if you've got any songs from your upcoming show, I think it was In the Heights at the time.
Yeah.
They were like, hey, you can play one of them there, or if you've got anything else that's American related. And he was like, you know what? I've been toying away at something. So he sings, I think it's just the opening Alexander Hamilton song.
Huh.
And everybody in the room thought it was a joke as soon as he started singing it, but they were all moved fairly quickly. And it was really cool in the space of like 7 years or 6 or 7 years, it ended up becoming this full-on crazy big Broadway theater cast production. And being more into theater now, I was just in awe the entire time. That show is still so impactful, and I'm just gobsmacked at what the entire team was able to do.
Yes, well, Hamilton, so good. And it's like it broke records. Everyone was seeing it if they were able to. And then it came out on streaming and they did like a really good pro shot of it.
Yeah.
And still that didn't stop people showing up to see it live and making it like every single musical just needs to follow an example. Like do nice recording.
Yeah.
Still keep the hype up.
I think that recording got a lot of different theater companies and production companies to actually start doing pro shots.
We got Merrily We Roll Along coming out at the end of the year.
Yep. We've got, they did a good Heathers one a while back.
Waitress just came out. Yeah, it's heaps.
Waitress just, like, there's been a bunch. And like you said, I think that when they release those, it only enhances the hype that people have to watch the show in full.
If I have one wish in my life, it's for the original cast of the Beetlejuice musical to come back together and film a pro shot. That's all I want.
How good would that be? Who was the original Beetlejuice?
I don't know, but I don't know how he does the Beetlejuice voice so crackly and croaky and still be able to...
I want to say he's barrel-chested.
Maybe he's barrel-chested.
You know what? I can confirm he's barrel-chested.
Alex something? I wouldn't call him... Yeah, Alex Skarsgård.
Barrel-chested is a proper term for something with your lungs or
big
something
old
with your
chests.
ribs. If you have a bigger chest, you can more easily make deep voices or do different voices.
Yeah, like Rich Jette.
Rich Jette does deep voices. You haven't seen Futurama, but that's how the main character, he voices like 6 different characters in that show. He's got a barrel chest. That's how he does it. Hashtag watch Futurama. Hashtag better than Simpsons.
Also, Mykah is starring currently in Elf the Musical here in Whangarei.
Whoa, crazy.
And I have hardly seen you, Mykah, but I went and saw Elf a couple nights ago and it was really, really good.
Thank you. I have one singular, quite professional looking headshot and it looks
it's a good
pretty dang.
headshot.
I was stoked at it.
And you're changing roles a bit. There's a dance where people are dressed up as mall Santas and they've got this huge choreography and Mike is doing like huge leaps through the air.
And my family was not prepared.
It was so good.
My sister was like, my favorite moment was when you just out of the blue leapt and did this crazy dance.
You're listening to a pro at choreography right now. This guy's going places. And me, Mykah, I'm stuck here watching 70 French short films.
What? What?
Okay, so maybe you don't know. I like completing things, watching things in the entirety, whether it be series or
we've been here since the start of the podcast.
Recently, on that note, the new Deathstalker came out. The Deathstalker remake. Remember when I was talking about Deathstalker at the start of the season?
Was it good?
4 movies. First one is okay. Second one rules. Third and fourth one abysmal. New one came out. Really, really fun.
Nice.
It was the director of Psycho Goreman, which was a real wacky horror monster movie that came out a little while ago with really cool practical effects. So they went all in on the practical effects and the monster design and the blood and guts for this new Deathstalker, and they completely understood the assignment, and it was amazing. But after Deathstalker, somehow my newest obsession is Yorgos Lanthimos.
Is that a director?
A director. He did Poor Things. He recently did Bugonia.
Yes.
Killing of a Sacred Deer. The Favorite. He's done a whole lot of weird movies, very divisive movies, some of which I haven't really loved. I wasn't the biggest Poor Things fan, but some of which I absolutely adore. The Lobster I watched recently and fell in love with.
What did you think of Bugonia?
Loved Bugonia.
Really?
My top 5 of the year.
Really?
So good. So weird. Jesse Plemons, my celebrity doppelganger that has somehow just lost a crazy amount of weight, so much so that I do not look like him anymore. Maybe I got to follow in his footsteps. But I was like, okay, I'm just going to watch through all of Yorgos Lanthimos' movies. On Letterboxd, it's easy. I can just tick off every one as I watch. And I got through most of his feature films, and then I found 2 big problems. He has directed a short film with Emma Stone called Bleat, which has only been shown with a live orchestra in Greece. And then I think additionally with a live orchestra in New York. And he has gone out and said, I am never releasing this movie to be watched without a live orchestra.
Wow.
So already watching every Yorgos movie dead in the water. I'm not going to watch Bleat. Second problem, he has directed a short film called Necktie. It's a minute long.
Yeah.
Watched it. It was great. But then I found out, what's this also on Letterboxd under Yorgos' directed movies? Something called Venice 70 Future Reloaded.
Venice 70.
Venice 70 Future Reloaded. And what I find is that Necktie, this short film, was one short film and one segment of Venice 70 Future Reloaded, which is a showcase of 70 short films from 70 directors from 70 foreign film directors celebrating the Venice Film Festival's 70th anniversary.
I'm reading this now. 70 filmmakers made a short film between 60 and 90 seconds long on their interpretation of the future of cinema.
Yeah, so I've realized that to tick off every Yorgos movie, I need to watch all of Venice 70 Future Reloaded. So I've been slowly watching every chance I get. In my lunch break at work, I'm just pulling out a 90-second French short. I'm driving home in the passenger seat. I'm just watching a short film, doing the dishes late at night, short film, playing Godzilla Save the Earth, watching a short film.
That's great.
And I'm like halfway through, but I'm so sorry if you follow me on Letterboxd. You're just getting a million short films that only a handful of people have seen. They all suck. Even Yorgos' short film is just the worst. So I don't know why I'm doing this to myself. It's actually a problem.
Yeah, I'm reading a lot of people's reviews on Letterboxd. Some of them say that there are a couple gems in there, but most of them are just saying it's so all over the place.
They're like
incredibly misleading. There's only 68 short films.
Yeah, that's something I realized as well. That's false advertising.
You realize that?
Yeah.
Jasher's playing Godzilla. He's like, oh, this should be the 69th short film.
I don't know what I'm doing to myself. These are all supposed to be prolific directors that are like honoring the future of cinema. One of the short films is just a phone filmed from a phone in a bag.
You know what?
So
hot take.
You've seen the inside of the bag, but it's just the fabric, and it's a minute. You cannot even make out what people are talking about outside. You're thinking that the bag's going to open, it never does. So it's just, you cannot make out anything but a phone's in a bag for 90 seconds.
Hot take.
The future of cinema.
That's an incredibly...
The future of cinema.
I could speak to that right now.
There's no
the future of cinema right here in this moment. It feels like we're trapped and we've got no view of what the future is going to look like. And it's almost like we're on the verge of the bag opening. But none of us are going to live long enough to see it fully open up. Instead, we just look through the weaving of the fabric and see glimpses of what could be, but what isn't.
Yeah. This mic is going places, guys. He's going places. Yeah. So it is inspiring me to make my movie next year. I'm like, well, if someone can film in a bag and get put on Venice 70 and shown at a film festival alongside Yorgos Lanthimos, maybe I could do something too.
You know what I'd love to do is this is the first time I'm ever saying this or ever thinking this.
Oh, no.
Over the course of 52 weeks, each week you have to make a short film.
What are you putting into existence?
Week 1, your goal is to make a 1 minute long short film.
Oh my God.
Week 2, a 2 minute long short film. End of the year, you're making like a feature length.
In a week. You're making it. It
could be anything.
52-minute short film.
Dude, week 45, that's just a 45-minute long interrogation.
All right.
Crazy.
Get ready, listeners, to 2026, the year of Mykah, making weekly short films.
What do you call it? It's not exponential, it's incremental.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
it's me.
I'll be watching, Mykah.
Yeah.
I can't wait. It's going to be good.
What do you call film?
Incremental. Incremental, slow steps, but you're going to make something big by the end.
What was the 70 called?
Venice 70 Future Reloaded.
Kiwi 52 incremental film grain. That's me.
All right. Last thing I'll just shout out before we actually talk about Save the Earth. I have recently gone back into Godzilla Battle Line. And it's all thanks to our friend Ravenous Glavenous in the Discord. He has been going strong, posting updates, sucking me in by showing off all the cool characters. So it's been a few times in the last couple of weeks where we've just been like, okay, let's play a game. And I've just been like in town or doing other things, and we'll just play a couple of online matches together. They've got like a friend system at the moment, really easy to play games together. It's been so much fun. Thank you, Rav. Everyone, we're getting back into Battleline big time. Join us in the Discord Battleline channel. Varan is in my team and he sucks, but I'm seeing it through because I love Varan.
I feel like I got to the point in that game where I unlocked every single
There's so many
monster
more.
except like one, which to me in my mind I won. I accomplished my goal.
Just wait till you've seen the Gigan megaNEWSlon duo unit.
Oh, I didn't even want to see it. But it got to the point where I think every monster has a max level of like 50. And it gets to a point where when it reaches like level 35, 40, you're just paying abhorrent amounts of money to give your monster like +2 attack when its attack is 4,654.
Yeah. And the meta's completely changed. So I started playing with my team that I had built from years ago. And straight away I was like, none of these units even none of these units even work anymore.
Yeah, and I feel like at the moment I'm not looking for a game that I can
because you've got your idle. What, how many hours have you spent on Idle?
I'll have you know. You may not remember
Idle Hunter.
You may not remember this. There was a event on in Battleline where the top 10 players got a golden Godzilla skin.
I'm talking
top
to
100 silver, top 1,000 bronze. I ground for weeks.
I'm sorry, I'm forgetting who I'm talking to. Yeah,
skin.
Battleline royalty.
Hey.
Battleline royalty here.
Hey. We should probably talk about Save the Earth.
Godzilla Save the Earth. Thanks for bearing with us. These top of the episode spiels are getting bigger and bigger.
Crazy. So we said that we didn't release an episode last week.
Yeah.
We were mainly busy just
for 2 weeks in a row.
Oh, wow.
This episode's a week late.
It's a week late.
Yeah.
We were too busy jamming Save the Earth.
We were. We wanted to make time for each of us to play through easy, normal, and hard modes and then get a bit of multiplayer time in together, which we've achieved. So I'm really excited to talk about it. I actually have not written a synopsis. I'm off my game. Maybe I'm on my game. I just did. I can make up one on the spot.
Tell you what, off the cuff.
I'll make one off the cuff. You ready?
This. You got this.
The Earth is attacked by the vortex.
Why did you look at your iPad? It's like you got something written down there.
It just helps me get in the zone. The Earth is attacked by the vortex. Vorticia, queen of the vortex. Vorticia, queen of the vortex, wants to conquer Earth. Earth scientists have unlocked the secrets of Godzilla's DNA, all kaiju DNA, and are encapsulating it in special small containers called G-cells. Vorticia sends her own alien monsters and the rest of her alien race to Earth to steal G-cells and use them to create their own ultimate monster.
Which is?
Space Godzilla. Or Orga?
I think it's just a bunch of them.
They're
Unspecified.
We as kaiju need to fight the vortex and other kaiju and other aliens, and eventually, if you complete hard mode, you destroy Space Godzilla's crystals and send them through a portal, and the vortex escape into space, and Godzilla roars, and the Earth is saved.
Wow.
Godzilla, save the Earth.
Do you want to talk about your little journey with this game? So let's talk about how we got it. So I've got my Steam Deck at the moment.
Yep.
Which I ended up working on about a year ago and turning it into a little emulation device. So over the past year or so, I've played a lot of Nintendo 64 games, a few GameCube games on it. First time I played a PlayStation 2 game on it, but it worked like a beaut. So I was jamming it on my Steam Deck little portable console. Go around to the parents' place.
Yeah, it was cool.
Jamming some Save the Earth. Where were you jamming this?
I was jamming it in my office on my PC with an Xbox controller.
At work.
At work.
Home
not
office,
at work.
Home office or work office?
But there was one day where I was working from home And I just booted it up quickly in the morning. I was like, oh, I'll test it out. And then I didn't realize that like after you defeated a battle, you couldn't save. You kind of have to do them one after another. And I hadn't figured out save states yet. And I didn't. And I was like, flip, okay, I guess I'm stuck fighting these monsters when I'm supposed to be working.
That's amazing.
But yeah, I've just been playing it on my PC. It works like a charm. We never played... Out of the Pipeworks trilogy of games, which are all like a continual story about these vortex attacking Earth and then Godzilla fending them off and then the vortex returning to attack Earth again and Godzilla fending them off. 3 games, Godzilla, Destroy All Monsters Melee, which we played.
Which we grew up on.
Yeah.
To me, this is like the Godzilla game and how I was introduced to most of the monsters when we were a kid.
That's what I was thinking. Like this... gameplay and selecting the monsters and fighting against each other. This is probably how we learned who like Orga was before we watched Godzilla 2000. This is how we learned who I can't even remember who's in that first game. Mykah King Ghidorah, I think, was in it.
Yep, there's a lot of characters.
Yeah.
And just to set the scene for you, so this is a classic brawl style game. Almost like an arcade beat 'em up. No, that's not the type of game it is.
So it's like I don't know what you'd call it.
A beat 'em up is a very different style of game.
Fighting game.
This is your classic Street Fighter.
Street
like 1v1
Fighter.
monster battles.
Yep.
I believe there was a cast list of 18 monsters.
That sounds about right. And it's up to 4 players and it's 3D, not 2D. So you're walking around a 3D city.
Very much like the Soul Calibur games.
Yes, very Soul Calibur. I know, it really just brought me back to growing up with Destroy All Monsters Melee. And then we never played this. Probably because we were a Nintendo household until the 360 came out.
Yeah.
So we didn't have PlayStation 2. We didn't have the original Xbox. So we missed this game completely. Otherwise, I'm sure we would have played it.
Yeah.
And then I actually played the final one in the Pipeworks trilogy, Godzilla Unleashed, at a friend's place.
Recently or?
Growing up. I think
true.
I was going around to a friend's place. We went to like the warehouse. So we went shopping first. The warehouse, New Zealand's like famous store for all your needs. Clothes, food.
What would be the equivalent?
Electronics. It'll be like a Walmart.
Yeah.
It's New Zealand's Walmart, the warehouse. I remember going around there with my friend Isaiah that I grew up with at school. And I remember seeing in the gaming category, in the gaming department, Godzilla Unleashed, and I knew that he had a PlayStation, and I was like, oh, Isaiah, we got to get this game. And I convinced him to buy like a $80 game or however much a new game was back then.
He wouldn't have known much about Godzilla
Not at all.
Point.
So we went back to his place. We played it. I loved it, and then I think I learned a week later that he sold it and didn't like it. But I played it and I had fun.
That's true friendship. He bought it initially for you.
It was like, what's this Godzilla nonsense?
Looking at gameplay now, I feel like the gameplay of all 3 of those games are almost identical.
Yeah.
In the first game, I've got really good memories of... I don't know if we bought it or we rented it from United Video.
Probably. Oh, video rental. Local video rental.
I missed that place.
Take us back, man.
But in that first game, I know that there were a lot of unlock conditions to get the monsters to play as.
Yeah, you had to like do different characters' stories to finish their story mode to unlock characters. Orga was only unlocked when you finish the story mode fully through. Something like that. Whereas this... Godzilla Save the Earth, you unlock points and then choose which characters to unlock with your points.
Let me look at this.
We could save it for the Destroy All Monsters Melee episode.
Yeah, I just want to figure out, because I remember we had our dad's board game that we've talked about.
Yes.
Yonks ago. It was like one of the seminal pieces of Godzilla media for us.
The 3 things that got me into Godzilla. Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee, Godzilla 1985 on VHS scaring me when I put it into my TV late at night, and then a board game that our dad made us. It was Snakes and Ladders with Godzilla characters printed out and laminated. Those are the 3 things that got me into Godzilla.
Yes, I remember in that Godzilla Destroy Monsters Melee, Orga was the one like final character that you had to unlock by completing the main campaign on every character. And then beating adventure mode on like a hard difficulty with one character.
I didn't realize it was that tough.
And I always saw his silhouette in the main menu, and he was just like this mysterious mythic being. And I remember finally unlocking him, and I don't know if it was that we got our dad to beat the adventure mode or there was a cheat code to unlock him.
Yeah.
But he was this incredibly larger than life monster that just seemed so separate compared to all the other ones. And I remember watching back Godzilla 2000?
Godzilla Millennium 2000.
Godzilla Millennium 2000. Seeing Orga for the first time and finally seeing the movie that he came from was such a huge part of my Godzilla journey.
It's so strange because the character lists, like, they're taking Orga, who's only been in one movie. They're taking megaNEWSlon, who's only been in one movie. megalNEWSlon, who's only been in one movie. Godzilla Unleashed has, like, Varan and Titanosaurus and the, like, weirdest character lists. It's so cool seeing them and playing with them. Strange. It's combining all eras. Came out around the time, I think, did this come out the year that Final Wars came out?
That's right. So Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee ended up having a few campaign modes for the different monsters.
Yeah.
There was going to be even more content in this game, but they weren't able to get licensing issues for a few of the monsters, and they ended up making the decision to rush through development to reach the end of it to coincide with Final Wars. Get those sweet commercial big bucks. I'll bring a little monster list up here, unless you've got one handy.
I do have a monster list handy.
So who are the playable monsters in Godzilla Save the Earth?
Playable monsters in this game: Anguirus, Baragon, Destroyer, Gigan, Godzilla 2000, Godzilla 90s, Jet Jaguar, King Ghidorah, Mecha King Ghidorah, Mecha Godzilla 2, Mecha Godzilla 3, megaNEWSlon, megalNEWSlon, Mogira 2, Mothra, Orga, Rodan, and Space Godzilla.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Big list.
Big list. You start off with both the Godzillas. You start off with a megaGodzilla, Rodan, Anguirus.
megalNEWSlon?
And megalNEWSlon?
Yeah.
Yep. All the other characters are locked, and the way that you end up unlocking them is when you go through the campaign action mode, it's called, with some of the monsters. You end up being able to get a high score on each monster, regardless of the difficulty level. And your high score at the end, when you finished it, gets transferred into points, which you can buy in a store.
Yeah.
You can buy a whole bunch of different things. You can buy more arenas. You can buy art pieces.
First thing I spent my money on, there's a nice piece of manila art. Looked great.
Or you can buy monster packs. There are 3 different monster packs.
This is messed up. This did my head in. You cannot unlock monsters. I've got so many points. I cannot unlock a monster. Because from the start, I was like, I'm going to play Jet Jaguar.
Sure.
I'm going to play him through the story mode. Oh, what's this? I can't be Jet Jaguar. I need to be one of these 6. Okay, cool. I'll play easy mode through with Rodan, which I did. Finished it with Rodan, got some points. Was like, okay, cool. Now I'm going to unlock Jet Jaguar.
60,000 points to get the pack that Jet Jaguar's in.
And I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to buy this pack. I had enough for the pack. Bought it. What do you know? I didn't unlock Jet Jaguar. I unlocked someone else, and then Jet Jaguar was now available for me to purchase for an additional 30,000 points, which I didn't have. So I had to play through the whole game again on medium with another character. I chose Anguirus, but I had to play through the whole game twice before I could even unlock Jet Jaguar.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. And to be fair, I feel like when they're imagining the system, they're imagining children who are playing through the action mode with multiple different characters.
Yes, and not wanting to get through it with one of the end game. Yeah.
With a monster in mind. But it's pretty wild that you don't unlock any of the characters through like challenges or...
I finished the game, I think, 5 times the whole way through. I did it twice on easy, twice on normal, 1 on hard.
Yeah,
by the end of that, that's when I finally had enough points to unlock everyone. But that was quite...
That's an insane amount.
Yeah.
So... give me your little journey. Where did you start off with on easy difficulty?
I was a Rodan main on easy mode, and I still found it super tough. And then I was looking up afterwards, and Rodan's apparently the worst monster in the game. But I had fun. Did it through with Rodan. Then I did normal mode with Anguirus, and that ruled. Then I did hard mode with Jet Jaguar, and I'll go into that a bit later because That was that was something, going through hard mode with Jet Jaguar. But then to unlock the others, and because I wanted to unlock some of the challenges, which I've got a list and we'll talk about the challenges soon, but I went back through with Godzilla 2000 and did easy and normal again. Easy and medium again.
That's cool.
Who did you use? You were Gigan. In easy mode.
Easy mode, I started off with Gigan.
Yeah.
Loved
Classic.
He was one of my favorite characters, especially looking back on that GameCube game.
Yeah.
Medium, I ended up playing through as Mykah King Ghidorah, which was a blast.
You were playing that next to me on your Steam Deck and you were having a rough time.
Oh, yeah. And then I went to hard mode.
Yeah.
And I think I played from like 8 p.m. to 12 p.m. one night on hard mode.
Mykah, that's nothing.
Can I tell you right now, Jasher?
Yeah.
Bearing my soul, I did not finish hard mode.
No way.
And I'll tell you why. You mean no.
The one thing in this last couple weeks that I've been telling Mykah is, okay, we both got to finish hard mode. Make sure you finish hard mode. There's a cutscene when we finish hard mode. That's how you actually finish the story. We did an extra week. We didn't record last week so that you'd have time to finish hard mode.
I'm going to walk you through it. I unlock one of the pack, assuming that I get all 4 characters.
Yes.
And I can't remember who was in that pack, but I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try Mothra. I buy it. The only character I get is Augur. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna bring my main man back, my mythic monster.
Okay.
I fight for my life as Augur, and I fail over and over and over again for multiple hours.
How far did you get? Did you make a dent?
I end up beating like 3 or 4 monsters, doing like 1 or 2 of the challenges. You mentioned before how after a match you can't save.
Yeah.
And it drops you into a menu where all you can do is end or continue.
Yes.
Little did I know, I wasn't creating save states. Little did I know that if you stay on that menu for long enough, less than 5 minutes
to like cutscene gameplay.
It brings you to a cutscene and then straight back to the main menu.
It did it to me as well.
So after fighting for my life for multiple hours,
it did it to me, but guess what? I had a save state.
Yeah, I got kicked back to the main menu, and I said, you know what? I'm going to do this again. I went back as Anguirus to hard mode. I got even further.
Nice.
The exact same thing happened.
Why were you letting it?
I went up to like make a tea. And I came back and the cutscene was running.
How long were you?
And that was at like 11:30 p.m. And I'm like, you know what? I can't be bothered. I go online. I watch the 30-second cutscene, and I say, you know what? That's good enough for me.
Was the cutscene worth it?
No. It's what I feel like this is because of the rush development, but all that exists of cutscenes and a semblance of story in this game is that initial Vorticia cutscene.
Vorticia, and they're flying to Earth and they're sending King Ghidorah to Earth in front of them to harvest G cells and make a new monster.
That's all you hear.
And then the final boss in the easy and medium action modes is Augur.
Yeah. And
then once you defeat him, you get like an end screen, no cutscene. It just says you win. And then Vorticia, her face comes up and she screams. She's like, ah! As her face like shrinks and she disappears.
Yeah.
No finisher, takes you back to the main menu. And then it is only in hard mode that you find out, hey, Augur, I guess, wasn't their final alien monster they put together. It's actually Space Godzilla, which makes sense. They use Godzilla's G-cells, they make Space Godzilla, and then you finally get a cutscene that you destroy Space Godzilla, send him back to space, the vortex, head back into stars, and leave Earth alone.
And to be fair, fairly cool 30-minute cutscene. Good to see Space Godzilla
30-minute cutscene?
30-second.
It's like 3 seconds.
Good to see Space Godzilla get owned. I think there is also, and this is probably my favorite cutscene by far, is when you leave the main menu running for long enough, you get an intro cutscene for the game, which is just a bunch of the monsters appearing and fighting.
It's so cool.
Which sets the tone for the game so well.
I think it's what most people remember about this game when I've talked to people about Save the Earth, they're like, man, that intro cutscene.
Yeah. I would look it up. It's really, really fun.
Really cool.
But other than that, there's not much story. I never felt like I was banishing Vorticia from Earth.
I found this game so hard. so hard. Even easy mode with Rodan, I was getting owned. I finally got the hang of it. I feel like easy mode and normal mode, I don't know about you, but you're able to kind of combo and just keep comboing. And as long as you can get a combo or switch up doing your A combo, X combo, B combo, I don't know what those are. Those are my Xbox buttons. But there's different combos you can do that can kind of get you through to the end if you just stay on top of your comboing. In hard mode, you cannot rely on combos. The enemy's going to completely break those. And all that I found that I was able to do, and I had to rely on picking up pieces of the environment, buildings, before the other monster you get to them, waiting until I could actually throw and hit them with it, and then doing my beam attack. So hard mode for me, I woke up Saturday morning. My wife was out. She was working, and I was like, cool. I'm going to get through Godzilla Save the Earth in a couple hours. I've got so much else to do on my plate today. I wanted to finish a book. I wanted to do some work. And I woke up 8 a.m., started playing. I finished playing at 3 p.m. And I was fighting for my life as Jet Jaguar. Again, I found out Jet Jaguar wasn't the best character to play as. And it was just fail, like up against Augur finally. Fail for hours against Augur. And I had to the only way I could do it was fighting for my life, maneuvering behind buildings, quickly grabbing them, chucking them at Augur. As soon as I saw a rage power up or an aerial support power up, just hoping and praying that I'd get there before Augur got there. And then finally getting Augur down to no health, him running off to power-ups I couldn't even see, power-ups off screen, and then all of a sudden healing back up. It was rough. Hard mode was not fun.
Did it get to the point for you where after beating hard mode, you were like, you know what? That was worth it?
No. It's just
Did
so
you feel
annoying.
satisfied?
Because even in hard mode, I'd feel like I'd be doing okay against a monster, and then one of the challenge levels would come up, and that challenge level was just so annoying. So I just had such a rough time the last few weeks. But Mykah, before we were recording tonight, we played some multiplayer, and it was the exact opposite experience, where I just thought it was the funnest game, most favorite game ever. We had a blast. And I think that's where this game shines, is its melee, is its versus 100%. Couch, just beating each other up in local player versus player.
Yeah. As much as I like the main campaign action mode, I feel like because of the rushed nature of it, they had that cutscene that they needed to get, that they put at the end of hard mode, and they said, hey, you know what? Let's make hard mode extremely nightmare difficulty so that no one gets to it.
Painful.
And it's one of those cases where, I feel like you just need to be you need to be perfect. Yeah. And even perfection doesn't assure that you win.
And know every single one of your moves available to you, be able to do them all at the same time. I didn't actually read the guide or the tutorial book. I was finding it really hard because I didn't grow up with a PlayStation. So even figuring out which of my Xbox buttons correlated to the PlayStation, and I was trying to read the move list, and my brain just wasn't connecting up to what I had to do on my controller. So I was just figuring things out in game.
I feel like that might be why I had easier. I still don't know how you did hard mode, but that might be how I had an easier time with easy and medium. Right from the start, I looked up a manual online, and it gives you a good walkthrough on what all the different buttons do. Most characters come with a special ability that you pull both the triggers to use. There's the rage mode power up, which gives you a multiplier to your damage.
The special ability is only available in rage, right? Or do they have
no?
Well, I didn't even figure that out then.
You have a rage mode special ability, which is on an Xbox controller A and B, on a PlayStation X and O. But then additionally to that, every monster has a page devoted to them in the monster, not in the monster manual. Get out of here, D&D. In the instruction manual.
Yeah.
And there are so many different variations of combos and attacks that you can do. For instance, just using your X or your A attack. Just using your A attack if you're on Xbox. You can press that to do a move. If you do it towards the monster, you can do a different move. If you do it up, there's a different move. Down, there's a different move. If you do it away from them, there's a different move. And it's like that times 3 for each button, plus all the different things you can do with grabs.
See, I probably only scratched the surface for all my
You
characters.
probably did.
And I just made it work with like throwing things and combos and running for my life. I would actually, it's a game that I'd love to put time into and actually figure it out.
Like quickly touching on my journey with Mykah King Ghidorah, I started out really disliking that character, but once I got the hang of him, he is epic, where he has all those basic maneuvers that you can do, but then there's a bunch of additional things which is quite fleshed out for every monster. But for instance, you've got a grab attack you can do. After you grab a character, you can press A to throw them in a direction. You can press X to do a special grab attack, and then B to do a second special grab attack.
You're doing that on me.
So I could throw him,
So when you're chomping me with the
throw him
robot
down,
head.
I could hold him above me and chomp them with my robot head.
That was annoying.
I can also, if I turn away from the opponent and then press the grab button, my tail can grab them and chuck them across the way. Every character has a beam attack, which you charge using your energy. If you just tap it,
Something else.
for Mykah King Ghidorah, it's just like a singular blast attack. He had this like missile that instantly drained the enemy's energy, which he had started out with 3, and then you need to get a pickup to replenish. And
Who
then
were you using?
On top of that,
Who were you using that was stunning me with his single beam? Was that Mykah King Ghidorah?
that was
as well?
Mykah King Ghidorah as a missile. On top of that, he had this ability where if you deplete your energy with your beam blast, if you hold both the triggers, it takes away a chunk of his health and then recharges his energy to full. And I feel like every character has variations of that. Like Gigan can teleport behind the enemy. Anguirus, you were using it a bunch. When you go into rage mode, you can press a couple buttons and roll around the arena.
Around in a ball.
You can do that without rage mode.
Can you?
With the triggers.
I didn't even figure that out. And I did medium mode with Anguirus. And then Anguirus is interesting because you got all your normal attacks, but then if you're facing away with your back towards the opponent, you've got another whole range of attacks as well.
I actually really adore just how much every character is fleshed out. I think they do a really good job of having a universal selection of buttons to use for every character. And as well as that, there's like block buttons, there's ducks that you can duck certain attacks with. There's taunts, which I didn't realize until I was failing to use my special ability.
It's almost like if you're playing a character, you're playing a completely different game to the other person, like a completely different kind of rule set to how you should play and how you should try and win.
And I think this is a good segue to us playing our versus mode.
Dude,
tonight,
it was
which
so
was the
fun.
coolest time.
It
brought me back to playing it on the GameCube.
It's where this game really, really shines. And it's just every game is so good. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
You won.
Jasher, what was your experience with versus mode?
It made it very clear that you knew more about abilities and powers than I did. I got you close a few times. Anguirus nearly beat you.
Anguirus is a fun character to play in that
Jet
mode.
Jaguar, who is my character, I rely on throwing things and using beam attacks. We played in an arena where you can't throw anything.
In a little wrestling ring.
Who did I beat you with? Destroyer at the end.
You beat me at the end when I was playing with Mogira too. There's a couple characters where I fully understand what you're saying about it feeling like a completely different game.
Yeah.
One of them was when I played as megaNEWSlon on hard mode, trying to beat him for the first time because some tier list online said he was an S tier character.
Really?
Starts off with no energy. You have to drain it from the enemy. Couldn't play as him. But Mogira,
He like shuts down and then powers back up. Mogira.
he doesn't recharge energy. It's almost like a battery that just fully depletes. He is super speedy. He can lock on and zap you with his beam attack without even having to aim it. But then to recharge your energy, you have to fully shut down and just be motionless and super vulnerable.
It's so interesting.
And he's so speedy. So as well, on top of that, all the characters have a little stat bar of their different stats.
Yep.
Every character has a different attack level, defense level.
And like elements they inflict.
There was a weapons level and then a speed level as well.
Yep.
Different variations of that. On top of that, every character has, like you said,
It's so in-depth.
different.
It's so in
There's
depth.
like blunt attacks, piercing attacks, radiation, poison, energy, fire.
I didn't even think about any of that. Yeah.
No, I did not get into weaknesses at all. But it just goes so in depth. And on top of that, I was reading the manual as well, and they're like, play around with every character because there are even more abilities that we don't talk about in the instruction manual, which I love. I love that it gets to the point where it feels like you can really hone in on how to play each character and really specialize, which I feel like when I'm playing a lot of games, a lot of fighting games, like you absolutely adore Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat I got really into, yeah.
I've never been able to stick with really any of those. I've never really been able to stick with any of those games.
Smash Bros you were playing?
Honestly, Smash Bros is probably the best equivalent to this game.
Quite similar, yeah. With just completely different kind of characters and movesets.
Yeah.
There's just some, like, I had such a fun time with Rodan, even when I was versing you with Rodan. Such a fun character to just take off into the sky to try and get away and swoop down and get to the power-ups before the other player can. But even versing like characters like Mothra, so interesting. Starts off in larvae form, and then they can transform into Mothra, regain all their health up, but it's like the second stage. It's just completely...
And I like how there are monsters like that feel so unique.
Yeah.
Jet Jaguar, I never played as him, but he was another one of those.
He can shrink down and get real speedy or get tall. And I never got the giant Jet Jaguar mode because he's so slow. I was never able to get to my opponent in time, but just fun.
But seeing those characters when you're going through action mode, the campaign, seeing Jet Jaguar and then suddenly seeing him like shrink and run around the place, I'm like, what the heck is going on with this dude?
Yeah, knowing that's a character you can play as. Yeah. I mean... I'm just writing down, like, I'm just reading out funny things that I wrote down, but did you ever get into the situation when you would pick up an environmental object like a rock to throw, you'd chuck it at your enemy, they would perfectly catch it and chuck it back to you, then you could try and perfectly catch it and chuck it back to them?
I didn't even realize this was a technique you can do until we met up a couple of days ago and we're talking about the game.
And like there was a hard mode mission. I think it was against probably Baragon. I can't even remember, but it's just a situation where I chuck something, they grabbed it. You had to perfectly press the grab button at the right time to catch it and throw it back. Yeah. And no joke, it was like minutes and minutes where I was just sweating, trying not to get hit by this rock and trying to grab it at the perfect time.
It would have been against Anguirus because he's got his beam attack, but it's just like a short range scream.
Yeah.
When I was versing every other character in hard mode, they would throw something at me, I'd throw it back, they throw it at me, and then the millisecond after they threw it, they'd hit me with the beam so I couldn't catch it.
That's rough.
The thing that happened to me more often than not was this one situation that happens if both monsters do a beam attack at the same time. You enter into like a button mash off.
Every time this came up, I would just fail because I did not know what to do.
Yeah. So you hold down R to charge your beam. If both characters do it at the same time, you have to mash your X, A, and B buttons or your square X and O. Can I talk about my gaming history here for a second? So we grew up on Nintendo 64.
Idle Hunter X on the iOS.
Oh, what a good game. One of the games we had for that was Bomberman 64.
Yes.
Which was a really cool, such a great game.
Better or worse than Bomberman Hero?
I can't equivocate the two different games entirely. I hold both of them so highly in my heart. But one of the things I learned is that when I was a kid, I didn't read a lot when I was really, really young.
You read cookbooks.
Yeah.
But in Mykah law, we'd go to the library, I'd get out novels and be devouring them, and Mykah would get out a cookbook so he can look at the food.
My parents found that the way I learned to read was through cookbooks, one.
and video game guides.
My dad printing out game facts, video game guides.
I forgot this. Every new video game you get into, Dad would print out reams of paper and like staple them together, and you'll just have a paper video game guide.
Tangent on a tangent. There was we had PSPs. This is meta levels of tangents. There's a Monster Hunter game, Monster Hunter Portable Third, which is only available in Japanese. My dad tried so hard to mod the game so that I could have it in English. It didn't work. So he printed out a full English guide,
English translation,
hundreds of pages long, on how to beat this game without knowing how to read any of the Japanese.
You got pretty far in Portable Third.
Pretty far.
Japanese game. All the text is in Japanese by translating it to English in your paper guide.
It's like, which is my key quest? I have to find 5 honeysuckles. Fun times. Going back to Bomberman 64. In that game, there were a lot of unlockables which you had to do insanely hard things to do. But in the multiplayer mode, which we played very often with friends and family, there were a bunch of stages that you could unlock. And the cheat way to unlock them is you would highlight the battle mode in the menu and mash the start button at an insane speed.
We got really good at this.
And
I remember friends coming around and would be like, okay, hold up real quick. We're going to unlock everything.
Yeah. It's like, give me the controller.
Spamming start.
I had to learn to like vibrate my finger. And I feel like that got me so far in hard mode.
We've got skills no one else has.
But even then, more often than not, I still failed. I don't know how you did hard mode, Jasher.
I wasn't even worrying about the beaver attacks. I was running away. I was running away.
I tried running away.
I was hiding behind buildings. I was throwing things and using beaver attacks.
I only talked about the 2 characters I got halfway through hard mode. I tried like 3 other characters and couldn't make a dent.
The funny thing, there's so many funny things. For instance, I didn't know, it was hard to know if you'd actually defeated the monster because there was like a good 10-second pause after you've done the final blow before the you win pops up.
And if you're in the middle of a combo, you just keep attacking them.
And, so there's always like a tense moment when I hit the monster on the ground, but I'm like, did I actually do it? Did I actually finish it? And then finally you win will pop up. Another funny thing was just rolling when you get hit by an attack and you just start rolling.
You fall onto the ground prone. If you do nothing, you stay on the ground. I think there's a couple of monsters like Anguirus. If you press a button, you do a spin attack. So you wait for the opponent to get next to you and then attack them. If you move any direction when you're down, you just start doing this roll, which can go on forever.
And Rodan, I got so good at just rolling and like super fast rolling behind the other player and just getting in a position where I could get up and bring them straight back down. I was trying to do it against you when we were versing each other. It's just so funny, so fun.
Yeah. I feel like that's one of my big takeaways with this game is as little as the story to this game feels fleshed out, the combat itself is really, really intricate and in-depth.
I'm not a fan of Gigabash, and I think it's because of how the camera moves around this 3D space. And there's been a few other games where it hasn't really clicked. This worked for me. Like I felt like I was always fully in control of where my character is, knew how to hit certain things. There were a couple confusing, annoying moments when there's a map where it's just fully skyscrapers, really tall ones, and it'd be versing an enemy and the power-ups would be like off screen and I couldn't see them, and then I'd be nearly defeating them and I'd just see the enemy run off screen and grab something. Yeah. It's that at times like that when the camera didn't quite click, but for the most part, it felt good to play.
Yeah, easy and medium mode I found that happened less, but as soon as you get to hard mode, as soon as a power-up drops, the enemy beelines towards it.
But this is like a 21-year-old game now?
Oh my gosh.
That's pretty crazy, right?
Yeah. I do like the variety that you get in this game. I think there are maps like that one you were talking about where there's like a ground level, a small city level, you can go into the skyscrapers, and then off like in one of the corner there's an entirely water section, so you have a battle halfway in the water. And having fights that go across all those areas feels really dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
And I think each match has a timer of like 5 or so minutes. And having like a 5-minute battle that just spans the entire area, it feels like it has a narrative structure to the fights. And I feel like in a lot of games where you play as these giant characters, what's a good example? Rampage would be one of them.
Hmm.
A lot of people really like that game. I tend to find I have a lot of trouble feeling like I'm an actual giant monster in those worlds. And it might be because of Destroy All Monsters Melee, but this style of game, I feel like I'm this ginormous threat that's just stomping on everything, jumping across the map and landing on, I don't know, the Rockefeller Center or something. That's not in the game, but the equivalent to that.
Yeah, and how much you can affect the area by destroying the buildings and grabbing helicopters out of the air and just throwing things at a UFO that's flying by. It just felt really good because you'd be fighting and you would have destroyed half the map, and me in hard mode would realize.
It gets to those moments where you're like, I've picked up every single object here. What do I do now?
I need to dash quickly to the other corner if I want to survive as Jet Jaguar and finally grab something to throw. So it made it tense, and you find yourself stuck in the corner against like the force fields, stuck in the water. Yeah. And it'd be like you try to edge each other to the side where you'd get hit by the green.
There are a lot of good moments where like both of you and the other monster are holding a building, but there is a giant indestructible skyscraper in between you, so you're just playing chicken until to see who goes around the corner first. On top of this, we haven't talked about it much, but in the main campaign mode, you fight monsters in your regular battles. Interspersed are these challenges, which range across the board. I only saw a very small portion of them.
I've got a list of them here if we just wanted to quickly go through, because I feel like that's the three elements to this game, right? Is kind of story mode, which is you going against different monsters, getting harder.
Gauntlet,
one player. And then melee mode, which is the up to 4 players couch kind of beat 'em up, which is fun. And then, these challenges, more like mini games, where it just completely flips the script on what you're supposed to be doing.
You probably saw more of these than me.
I purposefully tried to unlock most of them.
Could I talk to the ones that I played through, and then you can walk me through the ones I never got to see?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a list.
Yeah,
and then you can jump in if you played it. Asteroid Field.
Nope.
Which you only unlock if you do Mogira's.
So neither of us saw it?
Neither of us saw it. It's Mogira flying through an asteroid field and destroying as many alien vehicles as possible before fighting Space Godzilla in space.
There's a space portion of this game that I never got to see.
Yep.
Wild.
Battleships. I feel like both of us would have done this.
Nope.
Destroy battleships for points.
Nope.
You did it.
Nope.
I feel like every character I played, I was playing battleships. And you're in like a city, and all of a sudden, battleships are coming out across the water. There's blue battleships, there's gray battleships for different points.
This blows my mind.
You got to run around the city, quickly find piles of rocks stacked up to grab them and chuck them and destroy as many battleships as you can. That's how I actually learned how to throw. Because when I first played easy mode, I hadn't quite figured out how to know when you've locked on a target. I was trying to hit the UFO, but couldn't figure out when I'd locked onto it.
I think I had the same problem.
And this is when I was like, okay, I've gotten really good at throwing rocks at ships. So that was pretty fun.
Great.
Clone attack. Jet Jaguar has been cloned.
Yes.
Destroy him and his clone before they destroy you.
I did this on medium once, and it starts off, you just see a fairly normal-sized Jet Jaguar, and then a teensy version. This is the first and only time I think I fought Jet Jaguar.
Wow.
In my campaign, and it was just this wild fever dream. It felt like
it's not so different to action mode, except you've got 2 enemies that you're trying to go up against, and I feel like they've got less health than usual. It's still just so annoying. I did this one as well, and just the amount of times you'll be focusing on one, then you get hit by the one behind you. Demolition, you would have done this. Destroy the city. Earn over 15,000 destruction points before the timer ran out. I don't know if I ever did it.
I think I did it once. When you're playing this game for the first time, I feel like it's very hard to find the best ways to destroy the environment.
Yeah.
As you play more, you figure out the most optimal ways. It's not worth it to attack them. I feel like most of my points came from picking up buildings, throwing them at large portions of other ones.
I was doing that and jumping on clumps of buildings.
There was also a very similar challenge, which was destroy the city, but you had to reach like 70% destruction.
Osaka Crunch. Destroy 70% of the city before the timer runs out. That one I feel like I was better at than the...
First and only time I did that, 69%.
Really?
Yeah. So did not
nice.
Did not get points for it.
Wow.
did not unlock Monster Pack 3 because of that.
It was all that. It was that game's fault. Monster Bowling. I didn't play this. Knock down all the monsters by throwing rocks at them before the timer runs out.
No. The fact that there's so much more to this game that we haven't seen blows my mind.
There's bowling in this game. Monster Roundup. Throw 3 monsters into 3 separate pens before time's up.
You saw me play this.
I was watching Mykah play this.
Did you do this yourself?
Yeah. I the first time I skipped through it saying what you actually need to do, and I was just trying to beat these guys up, and they were not going down. But then I figured it out and got it. But I was watching you a couple days ago, and you were just having the most annoying time.
On a huge map, 3 monsters just doing their own thing, rampaging the city. If you go near them, they start chasing you. But there are 3 like green column-like pins.
Yep.
Equidistant across the map. And you have to grab each of these monsters, throw them in, and I think after like 110 seconds, I think it was, they end up escaping. Oh, but my guys glitched, and like one of them was trapped in the pen, the other was trapped.
You can't blame it on a glitch. You were so
around the pen and magnetized, so I couldn't pick it up.
Magnetized. It glitched so hard it magnetized.
Yeah.
I found
it was fun. It was fun.
It was fun. It was frustrating because I found it felt like in this minigame more than the others, you didn't have much time where you could actually hold them for. Like you pick them up and then you would just get stunned straight away if you tried to walk towards the pin. So you really had to position yourself.
You really had to make them chase after you.
Oh man, it was rough. Mothership. Destroy Augur's 3 stages and escape the alien mothership.
Oh.
You have to fight Augur's ship form. Then you had to fight the Millennium. And then you had to fight Augur. This one did my head in. 3 stages. You have to like pick up things during the fight where you're fighting the spaceship. You have to pick up things or use your breath attack to attack it. Once it's down, the Millennium pops up in the middle. You have to hide behind pillars and throw things at the force field to make it go down.
Yep.
Then once you defeated the Millennium, you have to. Oh, once you got the force field down, you have to pick up things and throw them at the Millennium or use your breath attack. Then it turns into Augur. And you have to run around to G cells hidden around the map that you have to destroy before Augur kills you. I did not complete this one. I got so close so many times, but it's so hard to actually focus on picking things up and throwing them when Augur's just spamming you. Or the Millennium is spamming the pillar and destroying the pillar that you're hiding behind. I don't know how you're supposed to do it.
And it's all on your health doesn't replenish. It's all on one life bar. And that was the kicker because it felt like you were fighting 3 monsters after another with no way to replenish your health.
Did you finish it?
On top of that, no, I got to the final stage where I was fighting Augur.
Yep.
But on top of all that, there are just these UFOs and ships which are shooting beams at you. So even if you do like a perfect run, by the time you get to that 3rd stage, you're already at half hell.
Yep. Yeah, there's no way around it. It was rough. But it was cool to see the Millennium.
Yeah. Yeah, there are actually another tangent for this game. There are a few non-playable monsters that rock up and show up. The Millennium's one of them in that challenge mode. I saw Batra as well.
Batra is
one of the
air support.
Yeah, one of the power-ups is the Atari logo that's dropped by a UFO. Weird. I'm not too sure if it's dependent on who you're playing on, but I think if you're a quote-unquote good aligned character, the
Super X3.
The Super X3 comes in as air support.
Which can freeze things.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you're playing as a villainous monster, Batra comes by, which is pretty fun. Would have liked to play as Batra, but that's okay.
Also, another character that makes a cameo appearance. You can't play as them. Ibra. Horror of the Deep.
Never saw Ibra.
Mykah, you only unlock it if you do Godzilla 2000's medium action mode. The only way to unlock this challenge called Undersea Battle. And it is a...
Oh, Jasher. I played through easy on Godzilla 2000.
Yeah, you only get it on medium. You are under the water, and it's kind of like a rail shooter. The only button you have is to use a breath attack, and you can move your pointer all around the screen, and you're shooting submarines, shooting missiles that are coming at you. And then there's 2 bosses. The first boss is Ibra, who just shows up out of nowhere.
That's awesome.
And it's flying around and attacking you. Doesn't have much movement, but it's just cool to see Ibra in a game like this. And then the second boss is like some big mothership under the water that I actually never was able to defeat.
Crazy.
But that was cool. Real quickly, the other ones, there was UFO attack. Destroy the UFOs before they destroy the pyramid building.
Yep, did that. That was fun.
That was fairly easy. That was a fun one. Replicator, which was probably my least favorite.
I don't think I saw this.
Defeat Mykah King Ghidorah and his clones.
Nah.
Oh my goodness. This one's so frustrating. And it's again a situation where Mykah King Ghidorah is there. There are 2 or 3 mini Mykah King Ghidorahs. You are supposed to be picking up items and throwing them at this replicator. You have to destroy 4 beams of this replicator to be able to stop the replication. Another situation where I was just trying my best, but I was just getting hit by 4 different Mykah King Ghidorah beams from all over the map, and it just took way too long, and I'll get my health way too low and wasn't able to follow it
that's
through.
rough.
Last but not least, Verilium Basketball.
Oh, this was my jam. I played this once and felt like Michael Jordan.
Make as many baskets as you can in 3 minutes. There's a basketball minigame in Godzilla Save the Earth.
Did you play this?
Yeah, were you versing Gigan and megaNEWSlon as well?
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
megaNEWSlon, he started off not getting too many points, and then while it's focused on stopping Gigan, picking up those balls to get those hoops, megaNEWSlon just sneaked through and stole the whole thing.
Nah, it was Gigan who was insane for me.
was
He was
Gigan.
using his ninja martial arts.
It was fun because balls spawn, you can grab them and chuck them, or you can try rush for balls that your opponents are going for, or you can pick up your opponents and make them drop their balls.
This was fun. You're
Dropping
on a
balls.
little island map, and there's a rock formation on the side of a volcano that's in a hoop shape.
Yeah.
Gigan was doing incredibly well. I resorted to bullying them
Yeah.
and kicking them down and making them stay down while I got points.
You won.
I won.
Oh, man. megaNEWSlon stole it for me. Yeah, those are all the challenge modes. It is cool.
I really like it.
It's cool that there's a bit of variety.
The fact that there are monsters that show up, like seeing the Millennium for the first time.
Yeah. Ibra
That's
was the
just so
same
fun.
for me. That was so cool to see him there. I guess before we get into like final thoughts, Mykah, do we have any Save the Earth trivia?
Yes. Yes, we do, Jasher. So, probably right off the bat, you would have thought of some monsters that didn't show up in that little monster list of playable characters.
Maguma.
Maguma is not one of them, Jasher.
Yeah.
I can't say anything about Maguma. Nothing about Maguma is said in this game. But there were officially going to be 2 more characters, which, if you think of how many there were, would have brought the 18 up to 20.
It was going to be Batra.
Nope.
It was going to be Biollante.
Yeah, Biollante was fully in the game, completely modeled, and also had a full moveset.
Wow.
But they weren't able to get the rights from Toho in the end, which
Gave rights to everything else but Biollante.
gave rights to everything else. Titanosaurus was the same,
Oh,
but
wow.
didn't have files and movesets made for
But they're both
it.
in the sequel. They're both in Unleashed.
They're both in the sequel. I think that's due to the rush development, trying to get it out for Final Wars and not having time to finalize those last characters.
It's just wild about Biollante, right? Because like fully finished character in the game's files, but just never activated.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
feel like you hear about that all the time. We played a bunch of Marvel Ultimate Alliance back in the day, and
Yeah.
I remember characters like Moon Knight
Oh, that's
were in
right.
that game.
We unlock things that weren't supposed to be unlocked.
Interesting final picks, Titanosaurus. Biollante makes sense.
Yeah, it felt like it was leaning heavily into the Heisei type stuff,
Very
Heisei
much
Millennium. But then you still had like Jet Jaguar, megaNEWSlon popping up. So it would have been cool to see some more of the Showa Titanosaurus. I'll jump in with a bit of trivia. Fans are remaking this game. You probably would have heard of it. Godzilla Save the Earth Melee. An official fan remake. They're redoing all the graphics, redoing all the models, adding in new characters, adding in new costumes.
That's cool.
You can download it and play it through the PS2 emulator that we used to play.
Really?
Yeah, they've like made a official PS2, I guess, ROM for it. They don't have any additional characters playable, or at least I wasn't able to get them working through.
So you downloaded this game?
I downloaded it. The updated graphics I have to say, some of the monsters look cooler, but the actual like UI and the cities loses a little bit of its charm. It just looks too clean. But I think it's pretty cool what fans are doing, and you can see online that they're adding in things like Monsterverse megaGodzilla or -1 Godzilla or Gigan's mom
fun.
or like random.
I like that.
Yeah, so I think that's going to be one to watch.
So nothing new was added when you played it?
You can download a demo. Unless I did it wrong, they've showed off on their YouTube page. You can see a video of all their like monster announcements. None of them were in the demo, so either I just downloaded the wrong file, or I wasn't able to select them properly. But it looks like heaps of work's been put into it and heaps of love for the original game. So I'm excited to see if they ever do a proper release. Be fun to play.
That's really cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Jasher, do you think we'll ever see Vorticia ever again?
Is Vorticia in Godzilla Unleashed? Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows? The Vorlax did not need to be the Vorlax. They could have been the Zillions. They could have been the Kylax.
Vortex.
The Vortex?
Vortex?
Vorlax? They called the
I don't
Vorlax.
know, man.
The Vortex. Vortex. Why did they make a new alien? Probably because they needed to license.
Yeah, to be
Zillions.
licensing issues.
Because like the UFO looks like the Zillions. Wow, how many aliens have use of King Ghidorah?
All of them.
King Ghidorah is like
He's a
the
shared communal alien.
Oh, who has King Ghidorah this week? Oh, we have King Ghidorah, the M Hunter Nebula 3 aliens. No, we have King Ghidorah, the Venusian. No, we have King Ghidorah, the Futurians.
I love it. Yeah, there's not any other major trivia for this one.
Yeah. Well, take us home then, Mykah.
Jasher, should we do it?
Let's do it.
Jasher, officially? How many times are you losing your hard mode progress because you timed out the continue screen?
Because I didn't have a save state.
Because you didn't have a save state.
In a world where I wasn't smart and didn't use save states.
Out of 5, please. With that being a good thing instead of a bad thing.
I love the vibes. I love the monster roster. I love how it's clearly made for fans of Godzilla and the fandom. Action mode's rough. And I wish that I'd spent more time actually playing Melee or playing Versus, because I had a blast when me and you were versing before recording. I'll probably like save my action mode progress 4 times out of a potential 5. Really, really fun.
Save
action
your progress.
Mode,
That wasn't the ranking system.
sorry. I lose my progress completely 4 times. Yeah. I see so many reviews of people being like, this is the best game ever. This is the best Godzilla thing. I would answer that with this question. Did you suffer through hard mode?
Yeah.
Because I feel like anyone who actually
Yes.
had to suffer through easy, medium, hard, unlocking all the monsters and not using cheat codes, it's rough. And you can tell it's unfinished, and you can tell there's no real semblance of a story. But the bones are good.
Yeah.
And it's really fun.
Bones are good. I'm the same. I'm losing my progress 4 times.
Wow.
Echo exactly
Popping
what
that
you
cherry
said.
4 times. Wow.
Echoing.
Popping that safe state cherry.
Joshua, what the heck, man? Get out of here, Vorticia. I feel like there are a lot of games I've played in the past that have really good hard modes, and a lot where the hard mode or like the extreme difficulty just feels
Impossible. Annoying.
shoehorned in for the purpose of creating something that feels impossible for the players to beat.
Like a punishment.
Like a punishment. A few of those I've done, and I want to come back and do it in this game eventually. But it does just feel incredibly, incredibly hard. Like you need to devote an entire day to it. I will use save states next time. That being said, I really love so much about this game. Each of the monsters feels so in depth, and I've only played like half of them, and most of those briefly. But I still get the sense that there's so much dynamics to every monster here. I love the roster. The fact that you have, as much as you have characters like Hedorah missing, you've got Mogira too, who feels like such a wild pick here.
Only appears in Space Godzilla. Yeah.
Which is just so funky. And after so long of playing Godzilla affiliated games like Battle Line, like Kong Survival Instinct, Giga Bash, and that entire time, voicing the sentiment that I wish there were a good beat 'em up Godzilla fighting game, especially when thinking back on Destroy All Monsters Melee. This feels like everything I want.
Why aren't they making a new one? Like, this is 20 plus years old.
Unmined potential, right?
Everyone would go crazy. We would throw money at it, just like we would in a new Suitmation movie. Like, the fandom, they are... People are ravenous for a new game like this. I don't know why they don't just be like, okay, we're going to try and mimic the gameplay of these games, but make the roster huge, do cool character releases like Smash Bros. Ended up doing, like just eventually just get this huge Pipeworks styled Godzilla game. Why aren't they doing that?
I imagine there would be a lot to do with licensing.
Who cares? Toho can distribute it and publish it.
At the same time, when you're making, like, not to dunk on Kong Survival Instinct, because I do like that game, but there has been a very clear pattern of MonsterVerse Godzilla games in the recent
Titan Chasers, remember that?
In the past decade, being incredibly low quality to the point of being embarrassing. We all remember the Kong game that came out several years back.
Oh, yeah.
Was just like the most bare bones ugly thing, very Gollum-esque in terms of its gameplay.
Yeah.
And you look back on this game and, like, compared to that, this seems like a masterpiece. And it would just make every Godzilla fan's dreams come true. And it would, that's the thing. When you have games like Giga Bash popping off, you can be guaranteed that it would sell.
That's the thing, is I just do not understand. I feel like if Toho was putting effort into making multiple Godzilla movies, like a Godzilla movie a year, a Suitmation one, a CG one, heaps of video games, if they made like a better quality trading card game than the dumb, crappy one that they're making at the moment, like, they've got this franchise and they've got these fans, but they just end up doing the most low effort stuff or like minimum bottom of the barrel releases. Not that, I mean, minus zero is going to be amazing and worth the wait. But while they're releasing that, surely they just release more because there's appetite for it.
It's just a really weird way of going about a really cool franchise. Because like you said, we've got really cool movies like -1 coming out. The MonsterVerse is doing its own thing, which a lot of people really like. A lot of people feel very room temperature on. But they're doing really well, or at least doing interesting things in the movie area.
Yeah.
Especially in Japan, doing insane with toys and collectibles.
Godziban, Chibi Godzilla.
Yep. And I feel like a lot of people would become, like, people who aren't already Godzilla fans would become Godzilla fans, especially in the Western world, if a really well-crafted fighting game came out.
I mean, that's how we got into it, kind of. This is one of the things that led us into Godzilla. This is one of the things, when we were talking to Nerkles last episode, that got him, before even watching any movies, into playing the game.
And when, I can't remember exactly, I feel like the recent MonsterVerse movies haven't done too well box office-wise. There's a whole market of people out there who are, like, with the prevalence of how much video games have entered into the normal culture for so much of the world in the past several decades, you have such a ripe market for something that just isn't being utilized at all. When you're focusing on making gacha-style mobile games instead of what fans have been clamoring for.
Oh, and you see how many people are going crazy for the, like, fan-made remake, Melee. Like, there's people will show up for it. I just don't understand it.
Mind you, the 2014 Godzilla game, I can't remember too much about that. Was that a game very similar in style to this?
Limited release. I don't feel like they had the Melee mode. The multiplayer kind of sucked. And you can't even get it now. They've, like, buried it so much that you got to buy copies for hundreds of dollars. Definitely different styled, I feel, and way worse when I hear from people who have played it. Maybe that's the next thing we should try emulate.
I'd be keen to try it because it would be a fun exercise to try and compare it to this with this as a little litmus test to to compare against.
Because that was Godzilla 2014, but also bringing in things like Jaguar and things from the Showa era and Heisei era.
Yeah.
Be interesting.
And like you were saying, you've got such a wealth of monsters to pick from, especially nowadays when you've got Godziban. I mean, just take the entire Battle Line roster and chuck that in.
Yeah, exactly.
Fighting game.
Mykah, we have a voice message from Jordan James, who actually nominated Godzilla Save the Earth for us to do.
Let's go, Jordan.
For this theme. So let's have a listen to Jordan. Jordan also won, I believe, last time with Evil Dead 2 for the little guys.
Picks.
Jordan's won 2 themes in a row.
I like it.
And I'm scared to what this voice message is going to be.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we introduce the 5th prestigious winner.
Hey, Mike, and get off my stage. 2 months ago, 2 months to the day, I stood here and I took the title of being the undisputed Patreon poll winner. And I gave a promise that I would be here again, that I would be a 2-time Patreon poll winner. And believe me when I say, I'm a man of my word. Now, I won't sit here and lie and say that it was easy, but it wasn't easy for all the exact wrong reasons. You people had the choice of playing one of the greatest PS2 games of all time, and easily the greatest Godzilla video game of all time. But what did you do instead? Did you put your backing into another Godzilla product? Did you vote for GMK? Did you vote for Destroyer? Did you vote for Mothra? No, you voted for The Simpsons. The Simpsons, of all things, for what? A 2-second meme and a 5-minute parody. Now make no mistake, I would have still stomped all those other fools into the dirt. But what I did to The Simpsons, I did with a smile on my face. But enough about that piece of garbage. Now I know what you're thinking, Jasher. I know what you're thinking because I know you. Oh, there's no story. How am I gonna talk about it for an hour? You talk about the experience. You talk about the joy of playing with your brother and your community. You talk about how the game treated the greatest of all time, Jet Jaguar, with the respect he deserved. Now is it a masterclass of storytelling? Is it up there as one of the all-time greats like Metal Gear Solid 3 or Final Fantasy 7? No. But the game gives you the opportunity to do what no movie or TV show can do in that list. And that's create your own stories. It helps you form your own narratives with your friends, your family, your community. You fight the Vortak across 11 stages with 18 different monsters. You make the Godzilla movie you wanted to as a kid. And hey, Jasher, maybe if Mykah is nice, he'll let it count as the movie you said you were going to make over the next year. And finally, this is a message for the P fans. I'll say the same thing as I said last time. I don't give a damn what you put in front of me. Gorgo, aliens, you could even put Paddington 2 in front of me for all I care. I'm gonna be there for the next round, and I'm gonna become a 3-time winner. And that's the bottom line, because Spino said so.
Man, he's a real dick, isn't he?
Because Spino said so.
And we've got a Patreon villain at the moment.
It's amazing.
Challenging, spitting in the faces of our other patrons and their nominations. How do we let Spino win? How do we let Spino win 2 themes in a row, guys? I want you to all, P-fans, look internally at yourselves. How did you let this happen?
Be more like Spino. Be more like Jordan.
What a great voice message.
That's amazing.
Jordan.
I will harken back to a point in that, the point that it is incredibly cinematic. You can create your own stories.
It's crazy seeing, he did a call out to Jet Jaguar. I played as Jet Jaguar. It was cool to fight like Augur with Jet Jaguar, which is a matchup that you would never see.
There was a single moment where I was playing as Mykah King Ghidorah fighting in Garrus, and I'm like, man, this is exactly a scenario that I played out with Godzilla action figures we had as a kid.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the heart of what it is so great at, is it's just letting you have those fights.
For sure.
That you envisioned. And imagine that feeling with an even bigger roster.
Yeah. And we need to play melee mode. I'm gonna try and sort out a day when us in the Discord can get together and play. Please, if you know how to get the PlayStation 2 emulator into an easy online network play mode, I think it would just be the funnest thing ever to
It would be.
jump in and play together. But thanks, Jordan. Thanks for that message. We also have an email from Amish Andy. Hi, Drake Bros. Amish Andy from the Discord here. Short-time binger, first-time writer. As of writing, I'm on the Evil Dead 2 episode, and I started the podcast a little over a month ago.
That's insane.
Whoa. I remember playing Godzilla Save the Earth once with one of my cousins who lives in another state when I was very young. The opening scene has lived rent-free in my head for the last 20 years. I'd love to see Pipeworks remaster this trilogy of games. I'd give this game 4 out of 5 crushed buildings. Love lurking in the Discord and love the pod. Keep up the amazing work. Amish Andy.
Nice. It's cool to hear other people having experiences with this game.
Yeah, thanks, Andy. And binging through our podcast in a month. Insane. Jinx. Insane.
I love the idea. I mean, Pipeworks. Are they still around?
Probably not.
Let me look this up.
It was Atari that distributed this. Is Atari still around? No.
No.
It's just all the companies that made this game aren't doing anything anymore.
I mean, that's the thing, right? You don't need to remaster all 3. It's essentially the same game, just updated over time.
Surely
just give one remaster.
Surely you could combine the
incorporates all of
roster.
them.
They've all got similar move sets.
I know that Unleash, the next game, has 2 original monsters in. One which was chosen because of like a fan contest.
Yeah, like that crystal guy and then Obsidious or something. Yeah.
Their last game, Jasher.
That Pipeworks made.
Pipeworks created Glom on the Palm OS, then went to do a couple of the Godzilla games in 2002 to 2007. As of 2024 and 2023, they've been pretty much singularly going on Madden games, Call of Duty, Microsoft Flight Simulator, Walking Dead: The Last Mile, Concord. Hey,
Well, that's whoa.
so they've been doing a bunch of stuff.
They're
Still,
probably bankrupt after Concord.
they haven't released anything in 2025.
Yeah.
Probably because they've been making the Godzilla game.
They are. They're working on a remaster.
I actually, in my heart of hearts, I fully believe that something is being developed at the moment.
Well, there was a news release from Toho a while back, right? That was like, hey, we're going to focus a lot of our efforts into video games.
Yeah.
So I really hope that it's not just Titan Chasers updates.
That game sucked. I didn't even play it. That game
man,
sucked.
that sucked. But our alliance is still going strong. That is our final episode in the Podzilla Raids Again theme. It's been really nice to revisit Godzilla and different aspects that we haven't before. But our next theme is something completely different. The next theme of Podzilla is titled Beneath the Waves. And we are going to be covering monster movies to do with the ocean, to do with water, to do with being out on a boat, above the water, beneath the water,
In the
underwater
water?
creatures struggling for your life.
Around the water?
Water-centric monster movies.
I like it.
Beneath the waves. And to make up for us being a week late with this episode, we're actually going to release an episode next week. It is going to be an episode on Jaws that we recorded with our mate Mykah on Autopsy of a Horror Movie. What better way to talk about underwater monster movies, water-based monster movies than with Bruce, than with Jaws?
And it's like the water monster movie.
The water monster movie. So this time next week, you can hear our Autopsy of a Horror Movie episode, Jaws, on the main feed. It's a little bit different to how we usually do our Podzilla episodes, but it's going to be fun nonetheless.
Yeah, we kind of stick to Brucker's autopsy format a little bit more.
We stick to the format of his show.
We're guests on his show there.
We are. So check it out, and then check out more Autopsy of a Horror Movie. Really cool podcast. Brucker's a really cool guy. And then we're actually, after that, the next week, we're talking about, again, another water-based monster movie of sorts. The Abyss. James Cameron's The Abyss. And joining us are the dynamic duo, Adam Baston and Alex Knox. The final draft, finally back on Podzilla to talk The Abyss.
To talk about a movie that isn't a Mechagodzilla movie.
No, yeah, finally.
I feel like that's their greatest achievement so far.
Yeah, and to not do a double back-to-back episode recording. We're finally going to be catching up with them and just talking about one movie. But it'll be cool. I mean, Brucker next week, Adam and Alex the week after, some of our favorite people in the world and favorite people to collaborate with. We're going to be talking about water-based movies. And they picked The Abyss. So I'm excited to talk about it with them. I've seen it before, Mike. You've never seen it?
I've no clue what it's about.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's not your typical monster per se.
Ooh.
We'll get into it. But it's no better time to watch The Abyss than a few weeks before James Cameron's new movie, Avatar Fire and Ash, comes out. So I'm going to be in heaven for the next couple of weeks. But
I'm going to be in the abyss for the next couple of weeks.
Jaws, then The Abyss, the next 2 weeks on Podzilla. And if you are a patron, start thinking about what you're going to put forward and nominate for your pick for Beneath the Waves, water-based monster movie.
Everybody, thank you so much for joining us on this episode.
Thank you so much.
Are a patron.
Yeah, if you are.
We
Patreon.com/Podzilla.
Oh, give us your money.
Please,
you can
and
hear
your
us have a
support.
little extended chat about us creating our own rosters for another Godzilla fighting game.
Yeah.
If we have limited slots, who would we chuck in the ring as playable characters?
Mm-hmm. So if you're a patron, stick around. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next week or in the Discord. Link in the show notes. Jump in, chat with the community. Hopefully get a Godzilla Save the Earth game going on there. Again, we've still got role-playing games happening every other week. People jumping in and playing video games together. It's a really, really fun time. So join it.
And as we say at the end of every single episode,
Yeah.
get ready to crumble.
That's my Vortisha. Vortisha getting
great.
destroyed.
It's great.
Is that good?
I'm going to have a heart attack.
That's what she sounds like.
What is just popping a cherry right now?